All right, so that was my rant, and I mean, you could tell me if it was warranted, but man, that shit's bullshit. Put your digital code in a fucking box and don't waste my time.
Or just don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like with Geek Squad and shit like that, like, they have their marks, you know what I mean? Like, they have their old people that they know, like, every time this person comes in, I literally just have to, like, go into the task manager and close something, and then I can ask him for $100.
Save that.
It's like, dude, I'm so fucking mad, because my, I had, like, a really good car mechanic, and I brought Monica's car in, and the thing that it ended up being was like something really stupid. It was literally like the sensor on the gas cap was causing the check engine light to go on.
Yeah.
But I brought the car in for that because I was like, the check engine light's on. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. Car seems to be running fine.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, it's like just the gas cap. And like, ever since then, they like, because like if you're a man and you walk into like a car dealership, usually they don't jerk you around.
Yeah.
Yes.
But since I did that, they like lost respect for me, and now every time I go in there, they're like, oh yeah, you need to fix the axle and you need to fix the water pump and you need just like, no, I don't. Like
dude, that kind of stuff, it's like a rite of passage.
I have to find a new mechanic now because my old one, I think is jerking me around.
Dude, that's scary because I know nothing about cars, so I feel if I went to a dealership, I'd be like, how do my car not work? And they'll be like, oh, this motherfucker rubbing their hands together.
Here's what you gotta do.
If you find one, let me know, by the way.
You just gotta get a pair of those like fisherman like racist dad sunglasses, you know what I mean?
Be like, the old carburetor on the 241 is there.
Yeah, you just, like, they just assumed that I knew about cars when I walked in there, and I know a little bit about old cars, because I had a 1993 Ford Taurus that, like, broke down constantly. But, yeah, like, these newfangled fucking, like, anything post, like, 2010, I don't know jack shit about.
Dude, newer cars are sick. When they got, like, sensors on the back that tell you when you're pulling out, pulling in, and they, like, make alarm sounds.
Oh, dude, I would love a fucking car with, like, a rear view camera.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, recently got a car, and his car has that. His car has, like, it has, like, an alarm when you're backing up, or if a car's coming, it warns you if cars are coming. Puts, like, a little alert sign on, being like, don't back out because cars are coming.
Yeah.
And, like, when you get close, Chris, you have the same thing. It has, like, a radar that tells you how close you are. Those are genius. And that's the future I'm glad we live in. I'm glad we don't live in stick shift only, fucking fog on the screen, old CD players that like have CDs that get broken and stuck in your CD player. I don't know if this is just me, but this is...
No, I completely agree. When I went back to Ireland, I was like, this is my first time in Ireland and I'm actually able to fucking drive.
Oh, chargers too. Chargers built into cars.
Yeah. But I was like, Mom, can I use your car when I come back to Ireland and drive around? She was like, but you drive automatic. And I was like, yeah, but Dad taught me manual before I left to America years ago. And I was like, I can learn it again. And I got back, and I did learn it again. I drove all the way from fucking Carlow to Wexford. And then right as I was pulling into my mom and dad's driveway, the fucking car stalled. And I blocked the main road, and I had all of these cars like, like everyone was like freaking out at me, and it completely traumatized me. And now I never want to drive manual again. And I'm just like, it could just stall and just leave you in the middle of the road. And I like, obviously you can turn it off and turn it back on again, but it freaked me out so bad. I just don't even want to bother.
Car stuff, that shit scares me. When I drove once a blue moon like ages ago, it was back like. Fucking, it's been a while since I've drove. Basically, I have to get my license again and do all that stuff. That's why I'm building my credit so I can afford a car.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere close to a car credit era, but like I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But like I need a car. So, anyways, when I was driving, like I was very attentive, but because I was so attentive, if somebody like somehow broke out of like you know, if we're like in like if we're in like a simulation, but then like someone if you think of like everyone's driving the same way, it's like black and white, but then some lunatic decides to not follow the rules and they just like break the simulation and they break my like cone of vision, I shut down, I freak out. I'm like, oh my god, this person broke the rules of driving. Teacher, he's not driving right. I fucking freak out. And I like I don't know. I have to somehow like master that, and I fear that. I fear about getting back into driving.
You fear the monster within.
Yeah, dealing with like people who are stupid. But I can already observe that.
Oh, man.
Not even driving and see how dumb people can be. The most common one is nobody uses their fucking turn signal and they just swerve in front of you and they're just like, oh, he knows I'm turning.
Yeah.
It's like, you're insane, dude. Just use your fucking, make it like riding a bike or like blinking your eyes. Turn your fucking turn signal on every time you turn.
Yeah, people here are like the move that I absolutely hate is when you turn on your turn signal and then someone speeds up to not let you pass.
God.
So often
Every
here.
dickhead.
I made a whole cartoon about that.
Yeah,
I was fucking mad about it. That was
It's a good
like
idea.
real anger.
I feel like if there was like an app, a tattle app, right?
A squeal.
Yeah, there's a squeal tattle app.
I
where
think
it's
for cars
like,
that
you
should be
could-
acceptable.
You
Yeah.
could you could like tattle on this fucking thing. This is the future. Everyone's chipped and stuff. You can press a button. Suddenly a radar goes
You
off.
want to
and-
have everyone shipped just so you can tattle on them?
Yes.
Corey, you are fucking.
for these people. These people.
You can't start
These
that.
people get targeted
Because then it won't
no,
be
this
just
is what
these
happened.
people.
You
No.
didn't let me finish what I was
Okay,
saying.
go on.
It's not a tattle. It's a button you press because they're not driving black and white. These motherfuckers' cars are halted. A metal thing goes over their wheels. They try to get out. Their car doesn't fucking move.
This is some
Suddenly,
1984
a
shit.
goddamn robot comes out, aims its fucking projectiles at him, shoots 40 fucking missile launchers, and blows him to Kingdom
Okay,
Come.
fair enough.
Yeah, this is the tattle. It's called death. That's what you get if you don't follow the rules of the road. If you're a fucking aggressive driver and you're just a dick, what happened? This is the tattle app. Boom, you're dead, and all your family are alerted that you tattled, and they just have to turn a fucking blind eye,
dude.
and it's on everyone's permanent record.
You want to know my like trillionaire fantasy?
Yes.
I get this little fucking like Prius.
Yeah.
And I take it in and I get like Lockheed Martin to make this thing like out of lead, like built like a fucking tank. And I got this little Prius and I start driving late at night, just on a road with 2 lanes.
Uh-oh.
And when the big fucking truck starts tailgating me and like getting real up my ass, I just slam on the brakes and send this little fucking lead ball Prius through their front end like a goddamn cannonball.
This is a good idea for
And
video
if they
game.
live,
if they live,
I get out and I walk over to their driver's seat and I say, you know how fast you were going?
Hey,
I'm gonna need your insurance,
Yeah.
buddy. You just hit my car.
Hey developers, I have an idea for a game. It's called it's basically this. It's a driving simulator where anytime you experience people cutting up, speeding in front of you, doing this stuff, they have a little fucking target that follows over them and you can follow them and then you get upgrades to upgrade your
fuck.
vehicle. It's basically like playing Twisted Metal, only you target those who don't follow the fucking rules of the road. That, like, their goddamn thing. And you follow them. And then it becomes like this own little battle arena. They get stuff, but their upgrades aren't as good as yours. Your upgrades are better. And then you mow them down, and it's like a takedown thing. You can have, like, old, like, yellow card music playing in the background, like you're playing takedown or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can careen them off cliffs and get points for all the flips they do as they explode into the fucking air.
Man, I fucking love this game. Like, look at that.
Yeah, this game is fucking like, yeah, it's addicting. It's also fun to just rant. Also, it's really fucking hot. If you're wondering why I'm like kind of like heated, it's very hot. It's like currently during a heat wave.
Corey, this is gonna kick ass. Oh my god, this is so fucking amazing.
XP.
Okay, XP.
Yeah, because you're gonna get a lot more.
Oh my god,
See,
a bird.
That is the best thing.
Bird. Cross.
Garlic.
No cross.
Dude.
And then you do whip.
Dude.
See,
That
that's
was
why
the most amazing.
That's why this game is the best.
Yeah, this. Oh no. Go for it, go! Oh, I love these little birdies. Oh fuck.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. I feel like everyone comes together when they talk about their like fucking like road experiences.
Honestly, whenever you go out on the road, isn't it like you run into 1 or 2 absolute psychos that could kill you every single day here?
Yeah.
It is insane.
Nonchalantly. They could nonchalantly kill you and they don't even
fuck.
realize.
No! Oh my god.
Oh my god, whip!
Nene? I'm dead.
I had one today.
Nene, get a whipping.
I fucking died.
I had one on the way over here, actually, where a guy, like, pulled out in front of me in a fucking smart car, and it was, like, Dude, if I
hate those fucking cars.
I could fucking obliterate you right now.
I hate those cars so much.
And you're driving a smart car. What makes you think I won't want to?
I target you in particular.
Oh my god. Oh my god! You might as well be driving Mobility Mary's scooter at that point. I love you, birdie.
The bird's good. Just like in real life, when birds shoot like fucking holy bullets at all the demons.
Awesome.
I did see this thing the other day, and it was stupid as fuck, but I think it appealed to like the same visceral sense that makes me like those like little yellow dome submarine things that like one person sits in.
Yeah.
But it was like this little fucking car. It was basically like a motorcycle, but with like a car enclosure.
Oh,
like it had like
I've seen that.
Had like 3 wheels basically, but it was like enclosed. It wasn't one of those kind of sporty ones.
It's like a speeder bike.
It was stupid. It was dumb looking, but I kind of dug it. For like only I can sit in this kind of way.
So it was a single seater with 3 wheels.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's kind of cool. It's like a pod with 3 wheels.
Magic Wand's pretty good, Corey.
I mean, yeah, it is, but you need to have a lot of them for it to be like really worth it.
Yeah.
You guys need to stop talking about your dildos on this channel.
Chris would use the other players, but they're kind of annoying. It's better to have the whip. You get a huge advantage early on.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's better enemies, like the cleric is probably good and the skeleton.
Yeah.
But you gotta be more skilled. Chris is way more skilled than me, but...
I love ooh.
It's hard though.
It is a bit odd, isn't it? Fuck. What's wrong, Corey?
Nothing, I just had a Ranorak and I'm like exhausted from screaming about fucking stuff that like I don't do, like driving and
Here we go.
Yeah, you got really passionate about that for someone that doesn't drive. And you know what? As a driver, I appreciate you as an ally.
I mean, I just think it's like bullshit because it's like you have to do this fucking written test. You have to pass with like a high score, and then after that you can just go out and fucking never do the rules again. Like
Yeah,
it's like
that's
it's
true.
just bullshit.
Oh.
And I know I'm not saying like make a tattle app, but I'm saying like it would be really satisfying is people like that, their cars just locked up because they're being dickheads, and then they get in trouble because you're the one who's not being a dickhead. You're following the rules. You know,
fucking bats.
Guilty until proven innocent. You could have something like that, a system like that.
I want the garlic again, Corey.
Garlic is good early because you can take out all the bats, but
then it's kind of useless.
yeah, then it's useless. Then you want the Bible and shit because the
I will
Bible's
say,
better.
I was in a friend's Tesla recently.
Oh, they're so cool.
They are cool, but they have like a self-driving thing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Are they good?
dude, your Tesla drives like a dick.
Does it?
Kind of a little bit. It drives fine.
Yeah, no, I personally like them. I know people have their gripes.
I think their gripes are more with the guy, not with the...
I mean, like, I'm not to say anything, but I do think, like, electric cars are good considering how fucked gas is. Like, gas is fucked.
I can see both ways now because, like, the power grids are, like, turning on and off everywhere, so...
Yeah, that's not good. Maybe, like, figure that shit out.
Electric cars is not gonna fix that. It's gonna make it worse.
It's because we fucking hate, like, upgrading infrastructure.
No.
Every single time, like, something bad happens, we're like, we should fix this, and then, like, the thing bad stops happening for a little bit, and we're like, it will never happen again.
Maybe everyone should just get hybrids.
When
I don't know.
When I was touring, like, gas was like 140 for like 400 like miles, and it added up fast. 400 miles really isn't that much when you're touring and driving for like fucking 9 straight hours. That's like $700 just to get to your next venue. It's fucking really expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Gas isn't that great, but I mean, if it was electric, I don't know what it would have been like. What an electric van? It isn't even think those exists. Electric tour vans.
I want my orb.
Why do you want it? So you can get a benefit?
Wait, you actually used a tour van, really?
Yeah, we
That must have been awesome.
It wasn't.
No?
Oh, I could say this. I was gonna say this, but Enterprise. You ever heard of Enterprise?
Yeah.
They suck. They're the worst. Enterprise. Don't ever use Enterprise for vans. They have all this like bullshit, like stuff meant to fuck you over. Like they're unfair. Honestly, like to explain how bad Enterprise is, they're like not all enterprises are the same. Some enterprises are different. It just depends on where you go. You know, it's a luck of the draw. And another thing about Enterprise is it's first come, first serve. If you see a van you like and you can't get it then and there, if someone shows up and gets it, you're not getting that van. They will not save you a van.
Wow.
So we wanted a van. It was the perfect van. It was slightly bigger than the one we had, but because we went there, apparently, like, Dylan was gonna buy it, but you have to be like 21 years old or no, you have to have, sorry, your credit has to be like, I forget what it was. It was like, your credit has to be 3,000. Dylan didn't have 3,000 on his credit. He was just building his credit.
I don't
That's
think that
not a real number. Yeah.
No, this is true.
That's not the right number. No, good credit is like 750.
No, for a credit card, you needed a 3,000 limit.
I see.
No, good credit is between 1,000, right? I don't know, but
I also like how we just made that fucking like meme sound. Like,
but I see.
Yeah,
that's
so
annoying.
so he went there and he didn't have a credit card to do that, so he had to get his mom to go out there. But before that, we had another member who did have enough credit, but he wasn't old enough because apparently it's not 21. I think it's like
25.
Yeah, it's 25. You have to be 25 years old.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense, because you can be 18 and buy cigarettes, but you can't be 25 years old and rent a fucking van?
You can die in a war for your country at 18.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't, it's just, that makes no sense. But here's another thing too, is it's different where you are. They didn't say that on the website. When Dylan went there, they didn't say anything about the age requirement for credit. They said that after he went there. So when he went to get his mom, we wasted time and the van we wanted was gone.
That sucks.
And another thing that's fucked up is they have certain times when you can drop the car off, and if you go over it, they'll overcharge you for it. And the worst part is you can't drop it off over that time. If you don't get it in with that time window, they count it as the next day. So we missed it by like 2 hours, and they were like, okay, pay a $500 fee because you were late an hour.
Fuck, it sucks.
But since we were touring, it's like, how the fuck were we gonna plan that ahead?
Yeah.
It's like, we told them, we warned them, and they were just like, you have to be here within a certain hour, but their fucking bank hours were like from 3 to 5. It's like, how are we supposed to get here within the fucking your 3 hour time period? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So they screwed us up doing that. So Enterprise sucks. If you can find a tour van anywhere else, do not use Enterprise. Another thing too is when we got the van, they had all these like things. It's like, do you want to pay $12 for like, I don't know, like an insurance price? You want to pay $150 to insure all the items in the van? Do you want to pay like $150 for us to clean your windows? Do you want like $50? We'll suck your dick. It's like all this fucking money prices on like he was like going down an iPad and it was just like tallying up, and it's like, I guess we want all this stuff. It's like, dude, we're not made of money, motherfucker. We're trying to tour here.
Yeah. Sorry,
sucks.
Corey.
No, that's just the start of the tour. I have more stories about the tour, but I don't want to get into that till like, I want to like spread that out like as we're like doing more things.
I
like,
want to spread you out, you pink piece of ass.
But yeah, touring was fun, but like the tour van was not. And like, I wish it was bigger. And we wanted the bigger one, but we didn't get it. Some dickhead, they had like 5 of them and they were all gone by the time we got here. The only one we could get was like the smallest one, basically.
I see.
And we had to make it work. And another thing too is like, they don't want they want one person driving the whole fucking time, which is complete bullshit. Like, if you're already spending $3 million on a fucking tour van, then fuck you. Anyone can fucking drive it. It just means that person is insured and has to pay for the fucking van after. What does it matter who fucking drives it? It's like, if you're screwed after that, whatever. It goes on that person's permanent record. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Like, I don't understand that. Oh, get that. I don't know what that is. Oh. That's a money thing, Chris.
I mean, just like with anything insurance, the whole goal of it is to not actually fulfill their end of
dude,
that.
Insurance is a joke.
Yeah.
I could go on a fucking rant about insurance recently with like St. Louis. Like the St. Louis flooding. My friend made a GoFundMe about this stuff because he got totally...
No!
Oh no!
I hate Fortnite!
No!
You're ruining my immersion, you stupid!
You do play Fortnite, I knew it, I knew it!
Dude! And treasure.
Nice. Blue treasure chest.
Oh, I got pee in me. I'm holding it in!
You have to pee?
Yep, what's that?
It's the fire thing where you shoot fire.
Fire. Okay.
Keep going, PP O'Neill.
I actually
Don't call me that.
touring was really fun. It was quite the experience. You know what's funny? This is actually really hilarious. When we first talked about like how I was in a band, nobody even fucking knew who we were, but people still found us just because I said we were in a band.
Oh, really?
And I forgot to say it because like you guys were like, "Hey, Corey, what band are you in?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm in band." And you were like, "Oh," and then I got interrupted. I didn't know what the fuck I was saying because my brain can only work in one direction.
Oh, okay, I'm dead. Fuck,
Your
man.
band is called One Direction?
Yeah, that's my band.
Corey, give a 10-second review. Go.
Of Vampire Survivor?
Yeah.
It's good. Get Vampire Survival Presto Stone. There you go.
Collection.
It's fun. It's really fun. It's addicting. It's longevity. Sometimes
It's longevity. It's big.
Sometimes
it's
you just want to
powerful.
play games that don't suck ass.
It's a cool male fantasy.
Yeah, it kind of empowers the male fantasy, and this is what men. This is the only reason to play video games.
Yeah,
You
that's
can do
what I
this.
was
Empower the
looking
male
at
fantasy.
too.